Okay, so hello everybody. This is my Tom build, my Tom dual tank build. So let's start. For the helmet, I use 5% damage in the Under-Mountain because Tom is a Under-Mountain dungeon. So why not having more damage in this dungeon? And I play with the power reinforcement kit, but I guess you can play with the HP one to have more HP. I don't know why I have power here. And I play with all tactical, like usual. Bark Hide, it's really good for like when you get hit by a lot. And I play with HP reinforcement kits and the Elven Battle enchantment. I play with this one, it's the same with my DPS build. Uh, just good overall, more power. The line hard set with the demonics in all offensive slots. And I use the lightning in Tom because I don't have like anything other that is good. But you can play with the Bronzewood if you have one, or you can play with the Vorpal, or maybe the Bile Thorn if you want. It's not really like game changing for a tank. Also, right now I play with Cleave for the the upgrade, but since it's a Tom, you should play with Bracing Slash. It's just I don't want to pay 5k AD to switch between my DPS and my Tom build, so I just keep it that way. But you can play with the Brazen Slash, since it's gonna be the thing you will use more often. The shield, you use HP, critical severity, or you can play with like incoming healing if you want. It's your choice. I play with those boots, more combat advantage for me, more damage, more aggro, and HP reinforcement kits with tacticals. I play with the Wyvern because it's the debuff artifact that I'm running with like my team. Everybody has like a different one, and I have the knives. But you can have like any other ones. You can put anything pretty much as a debuff artifact here. I play with 3 books because why not? And I think those 3 are the best combination for me. I play with the embellish set. It doesn't do like much, so but it gives pretty good stats. You can play with if you don't have them, if you don't have the sash or the books. You can pretty much play with any other set. I would suggest the Wyvern set, because you would already have the Wyvern knives on your character. So why not playing with the Wyvern set with it? And also in Tom, you can boost the DPS of your ally with the Wyvern set. So it's a plus for everybody. I play with the Tanner Ring because I have a lot of HP, like you can see. So it hits really hard in Tom. I play with the Leading Ring of the Sage because it boosts my damage, and like and the 30% reduced damage for daily from daily doesn't affect the fighter. So because I only use Bladed Rampart pretty much, and the 30% doesn't affect Bladed Rampart with my testing. I play with all combat advantage in all my rings. Combat advantage upgrade or reinforcement kits. Tactical everywhere. Demonics in all offensive slots. I play with Shirt of the Sage and a Tenebrous too. Normal stuff. Those are my stats. I think they're pretty good. 113k power, everything 80k. I mean, I could up my critical avoidance, but I think it's pretty good. Combat advantage to 118k, it's pretty much maxed for a fighter, for the simple fact that the fighter has something named Tactical's Edge, where when increase your combat advantage damage by 10% whenever your stamina is full. So it's like the paladin with the critical avoidance, but for us it's a 10% more combat advantage buff. So pretty much you only need 120k. So I'm pretty close to it, but it's good enough. You really don't need awareness in my opinion. I mean, there's some people that says that uh, awareness is good for combat balance, but I don't think there's a really big difference. I mean, if you can max your damage resistance, but I don't think it's worth it for me at least. So everything is 80k except deflection, but the thing is I always use Caprice, and Caprice increase your deflection chance by 3%. So if we add 3% to this amount, then it's pretty much maxed out. Incoming healing, it's pretty good. You can increase it with the companions if you want. Okay, let's go into the powers. I use Blazing Slash for pretty much outwheeling the boss. And I use Tide of Iron. I use it once, and after that I continue with Blazing Slash because the effect is your action generates more threat, so more threat with all my other outwheels. Like usual, Bull Charge, Shield Throw, Anvil of Doom, Bladed Rampart, and Phalanx. Phalanx is more for the big purple splash, the things that does a lot of damage to protect the team. And Bladed Rampart is pretty much for any other situation to protect yourself or to do damage with the Tanner Ring proc, and also for the Bladed Rampart damage used with Combat Superiority and Anvil of Challenge. But if you find yourself too slow, you can use Greater Endurance to move a bit faster. But I did a lot of ToMM, so I know pretty much my positioning without any movement speed. But you can play with either of those, either combat superiority or Greater Endurance. The feats are up, down, down, up, up. Shield Throw, reduce the cooldown, really good. Cleaving Bull, you don't really use it in ToMM, but why not? The other one is just trash, in my opinion. Combat Balance, it's pretty good, but you don't need like to maximize it 100%. Sharpened Sense, Blade Rampart is really good, so that's what I always use, and the other one is not really good. I never use Determination. Shake It Off because retaliation is a big part of the fighter. It's like really strong. Because the Diggin is like godlike strong. It makes you immune to combat advantage. You are immune to most control effects. You have 75% of your total HP as like hit points. It's really strong. The boons, normal stuff, power, HP, movement speed, companion influence. I play with like crit severity because I want to do some damage. And I play with incoming healing because it's ToMM, so more incoming healing. Focus retaliation because we take a lot of damage and big chunks of damage, and when we mirror all incoming damage, it's a lot of damage for him. So it works pretty well in ToMM, and all the other points is pretty much the stats you need. You can screenshot it if you want. The utilities, I play with Revive Sickness, of course, HP, and Power. I play with the Deep Kura Summoned. I play with the Ivy Grown Talisman, Preston Belt, and Bryant Wine. My enchants are 2 Deflection, 1 crit Avoidance, and 3 Power Unpowered Runestones. And I play with the critical Potent Precision for more critical severity, because I like to do damage. My companions, it's like a big part too. So in defensive slots, I use pretty much like incoming healing companions. And utility, I use the Inorgan. I use the Xantarim Rawlock in offense. Also, a good thing to know is it's not everything that affects the 40% more incoming, more HP on a tank. Like for example, the offensive slots works with the 40%. So instead of giving 16k hit points, it gives you 22k or 21k more hit points, like I mean 40% of 16k, so it's like 21, 22k hit points. But all the other defensive slots doesn't work with the 40%. So it says 16k, but like the Centaurium Warlock, it doesn't give you 40% more. So it gives you a 16k flat stat. It's the same with the Enorgan. Like everything except the offensive slots doesn't work with the 40% more health. You can try it by yourself if you want. And if you find like maybe a companion in defensive slots that works with the 40%, you can tell me, please. Insignias, Survivor Blessing for healing, Champion's Return for healing, Barbarian Rivalry for healing, Oppressor Reprieve for healing, Gladiator's Gal for movement speed, and everything is either Fortitude or Prosperity. You can play with either of those. It gives a lot of HP, and also all those insignias gives you 40% extra HP. Like it says 4.4, but it gives you 40% more. So like 6k HP per insignia. Really strong. Okay, and these things, strength and dexterity. Oh yeah, also for your companion, if you want, you can play with incoming healing like this one or anything. Also, I play with the Deep Crew to match all my stats. And I have everything 80k, and it's pretty much it.